some serious brush? Do you want to feel like a ninja? Well, then you need the Cold Steel Machete Katana. Oh, crap! Not again.
Hey guys, what's up? Greetings from the home slice. Today I just wanted to do a quick review on my beloved Cold Steel Machete Katana. I got this thing to clear brush, as you guys have seen. Part of my job is clearing a lot of land, and for the most part, for the first 2 or 3 months of use, I was very pleased with this Cold Steel Machete Katana. Now, granted, the sheath isn't very nice. One of the rivets kind of popped off here, and it's okay, but I mean, for a $60, $70 machete from Cold Steel, I didn't expect anything different. That's kind of like what I signed up for. And honestly, in terms of chopping power, the thing was amazing. Like, I wish it was still in one piece, because that video I shot of the BK7, it would make that look like child's play. You know, you'd line up those reedy kind of bamboo things and you could just go through 10 of them in one stroke. And it's very satisfying, but I go kind of into full productivity mode when I'm out working on Invasive Species Day. If you guys don't know what that is, you can check out my video of my outdoors dual grit edge test. I'll put it up here. So I don't really hold back. I go for kind of maximum speed, maximum impact. So I really wailed on this thing, but I expected that like a Cold Steel Katana Machete made out of 1055 would be able to hold up to some abuse. I guess before I get into the fail point, I should mention that the power was good, the curve of the edge was really nice for a sword-like, that's what they market it as, that it has a sword-like cutting power, and I found that to be fairly true. It feels nice in the hand. It feels like a machete. It doesn't really feel like a sword. It doesn't have kind of that refinement and the weight of a sword, but it was relatively nice. The edge retention was pretty good, considering the length of the blade and how great the leverage is out there in the strike zone. I think I was pretty pleased with the edge retention. It would go about, one day, 3.5 hours of continuous chopping before it started to become kind of unenjoyable, and that's relatively similar to my K-Bar Becker BK7 in 1095. The problem was, one day I went out to chop and I went to swing at this tree, and the handle completed the follow-through with me, but the blade stayed in the tree and then fell to the ground. The picture that I've taken to thumbnail this video is like part joke, but it like partially is to indicate what actually happened. And upon inspection I found, I don't know if you'll be able to see this in the camera, but I found that the tang is tapered fairly small. It's probably, the blade width is probably 2.5 inches, 75 millimeters, yeah. But you can see, maybe you can see here, that they've tapered it when it comes to when it comes into the tang to where it's about half the width. And not only that, but they've actually drilled a hole so that this injection molded handle could have something to grab onto. But it's created a weak spot right here, just underneath the blade. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not one of those guys who has a pet brand, and I'm not a Cold Steel hater. If I was, I wouldn't have bought this thing. But I would recommend to Cold Steel, like, hey guys, people are going to buy this intending to beat the tar out of it. So I get that you need to have holes in your tang so that the injection molding, like nylon or whatever you call this stuff, can grab to the blade But I'd say just put it further down, you know? Put a couple of them further down, rather than right up here at this junction where, like, A, it's like the leverage point, and B, it's like you've got your guard welded on here, so you've got funny things going on with the heat and the hardness of the blade anyway. So, that's my recommendation, guys. I guess other things that I should say, this nylon handle, it looks pretty cool, but it will totally chew your hands up if you're not wearing gloves. Now, I liked it because I would wear full leather gloves, and this would allow me to grab with one hand and know that I could actually swing, and it was never gonna slip out of my hand because the texturing was so aggressive. But I would say if you are looking into buying one of these potentially, be aware that you will not be able to use it with your bare hands. In terms of the actual hardness or temper of the blade, so this is what the blade shape looks like. Hopefully you can see that. It had a really sharp transition in the Tanto, but I sort of rounded it out because I really like that rounded look. About 3 millimeters thick, I believe, and tempered pretty hard. I was pleased with how hard it was tempered. I can't get too much bend on it. Probably about an inch of bend, and on a blade with, you know, this much length, that's pretty significant. However, I did find that, I don't know, under really intense use, it did have some limitations. I believe I've actually bent it. Yeah, there's like a bend point right here. I don't know if you can see that, but it bends right here just slightly. So anyway, I was really pleased with this Cold Steel Katana Machete until it broke into 2 pieces. And now I just have a lightsaber. I just can't turn it on. Maybe I could get Pete to like video edit a lightsaber. Pete's good at editing. I'm not. I don't know what I'm doing with editing. Anyway, if you would like to see what a katana does on Invasive Species Day, then please sign up for my Patreon. It's in the description, and it's in the About section of my page. I'm saving up right now to buy a Condor Tactana in 1075 steel with my Carta handles. It's going to be awesome, and I'm hoping that it's relatively more durable because of the increased thickness and the full tang than this cold steel was. As soon as I get it, I'm going to test it with an outdoors test with a dual grit edge for all you guys, and if I can get up to $100 a month in Patreon subscribers, then I will also go through the torture. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but we'll see how much this bites me in the butt. I will go through the torture of filming a Combat Kitchen episode with the Tactana, where I split pumpkins, hopefully in midair, I'm working on that, peel them with the katana, peel a carrot, dice a carrot, slice an apple, and then test it on the tomato skin, as is my tradition. So if you would like to see that, please get on my Patreon and support me. Otherwise, until next time, I'll just say peace out from the home slice. Take care, guys.